Hello. Welcome to Practically a Podcast. This is the first of hopefully many episodes that I will do where I pretty much just chat with people on the internet, and we get perspectives on life, and we chat with people about all sorts of different things, you know, whatever people want to talk about, really. And we do it on VR chat, and hopefully in other places as well. But for right now, for me personally, the best place to find people is in VR chat. And I know what you're thinking. Dear God, Jake, that's my name, by the way, if you couldn't tell from my channel name, Jake Phobia. Jake, dear God, why are you doing this in VR chat? Out of all places, because VR chat is full of terrible, disgusting people who do nothing with their lives. But here's the great thing about VR chat as well, is sometimes in the nitty-grittiness of it all, you find people who are pretty good. You find people that genuinely have a life, and they go off and they do things that aren't sit around in VR chat and sleep and pair their lovinses together while they fuck or whatever people do in VR chat. I've been around the block. I'm not saying I've done any of those things, but I'm saying that I've been around to know what people tend to do in VR chat, and that is not why I'm here. I've done enough explaining on that part. I find the people who have something going on, and I like listening to their life, what they do in life, what their goals are, asking them questions about their goals, asking about things that have happened in their life, things that don't happen in VR chat necessarily. I'm not saying I'm opposed to that, but I meet people for the real deal, not who are they virtually. On this episode, we have a guy who got his face all fucked up, you know, in the military. And he talks about his plans in the military. We have another guy who is accused of like a sexual assault, as you might say, you know, however you take that. And it turns out to be false, and how that is altering his life. And we have another guy who is infatuated with an avatar, not in like a sexual way. He just really wants the avatar and likes the avatar, and it actually ends up in tragedy, unfortunately. And then I'm sure we have a few here in between, you know. So kick back, enjoy, you know, listen to this while you do your own thing, while you're at work, please, dear God, and you know, enjoy the conversations, and consider subscribing for more, because there will be more. So it's been really fun making these, but yeah, let's get into it. Peace. Okay, back. I don't know how I want to approach this. How do I want to approach this? I will see if there are some people who... Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I don't have any notes on this person, so... Wait, hold on. Let me guess. Before I go through this whole bio, I'm going to see if they have a Cash App. Kids, daughters. What do you know? Give to me VR chat. Oh, huh. Isn't that crazy? Crazy how that works, huh? Wow. Isn't that something? Anyways. Let's see. That person, did I leave notes for this person? No. Dinosaurs are pretty cool. I like cars. Nice. Sassmate. Alright. Yeah, no time to talk might be the way to go. I might see if somebody has like a funny story. You know, an interesting story. If they have a story in their life that they'd like to share, I'd like to pull them aside and discuss life for like a little bit. You know? Seems to be the way that we are going right now is no time to talk, and then we just grab someone. Omegle is also a good idea, but I'm gonna do what I initially wanted to do for this kind of podcast, and that is find people who might have an interesting story or want to talk about life, and see if they would like to go somewhere else to have like a long conversation about it. And yeah, I'm sure some of these conversations are gonna be awkward, but the great thing is I'm recording, and none of that has to make it. Yeah, I mean none of that has to make it into the video. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave this part. I'm just gonna leave this part in. Why not?
Oh,
hello.
Too.
How are ya?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good, man. Do you have an interesting or crazy story or event that has happened in your life?
I got a scar from a tent peg.
From a tent peg?
On my face. On my face, yes.
Oh man.
Bungees.
How did that happen? I'd love to chat about that.
Trying to find my Time for 2 avatar. Give me a second.
No, you're good. No, please, I'd love to hear it.
Okay, right. It's basically.
Make sure you press this button too, because I want the nitty gritty.
Yeah. Basically, what happened was, right, I'm in the army, right? I'm doing my basic training, and we do these things called battle camps. It's like we go out, we pretend we're at war. And
yeah.
We learn how to fight.
I have a buddy in the army, or not in the army, but in the military, and he's told me about that.
So we do 3 of these. 2 are practice. 1 is an active exercise. So I'm on my second one, which is less practice and more actually living near you.
Uh-huh.
And so basically, do you know how you usually live in the field?
Somewhat. You got like dirt holes and shit, you know, and some like makeup
and
tents and stuff.
Shaped, you know, we're in a triangle. This is important. We're in like a triangle for each section. It's important to the story. And basically, what happened was, it was late at night. I had just gotten off my stag, which is like at the end of the triangle, is a sentry point where we watch to make sure no one else is trying to sneak up on us. Then you have to go when it's yours. When you get an hour, then when it's your turn up, you go to whoever you get, or to whoever you're facing. You wake them up, stand by their side until they're ready. Then you walk them down to the sentry point, and then they stay there. You go back to bed. So then I go to get my mate, who's right by my sleeping space. I'm talking to him while he's packing everything up. All of a sudden, a flare goes up in the air. We're getting attacked. So I get down, crawl back to my shell scrape, wake my battle buddy up. He then gets all of his shit ready, everything packed. Then we get told by section commanders we've got to move. So the way that we have ponchos, right? The way that attached is you got 2 trees here. We're facing outwards. The poncho is attached by bungees around the tree.
Yeah.
Bottom down here are 3 bungees attached by tent pegs.
Yeah.
I then, in a hurry, grab one of the tent pegs at the bottom, or grab the bungee actually, pull it. All of a sudden, a tent peg comes flying at me.
Oh no!
Hits me straight in the face.
Yeah.
Fucking like I lose some conscious. I don't. I get. Really
Would you like to talk about this in another world? Because I'm very interested.
No, we could do.
Is that fine, man?
Yeah.
All right, word. Here, I'm gonna join a world. If you want to join it, I'll invite you.
I shall.
Derpy dude. All right, I got you.
Remember that name.
I will.
All right, cheers.
Cheers, man.
I've got a few other stories as well.
Oh, I'm all for it.
And some of them are drunk. The rest might be drunk. Make them better.
I got you. I'll send you an invite.
All right, yeah.
Sweet, right off the bat. This guy's got stories. This is good. Sir, hello.
I'll walk over to you. Sorry, accidentally someone else sent me an invite right as you sent me yours, and then I accidentally accepted theirs.
You're good. Okay, I listen. I forgot to tell you this before we joined, but I do a little thing on YouTube called Practically a Podcast, where I like hearing about people's lives and stuff. Is that all right if I record our conversation?
Go ahead.
Sweet. So you were in a like a scrimmage kind of a deal. You know, prepping for battle, and you had a bungee cord come and strike you in the face.
Well, it was actually the tent peg at the end of the bungee cord.
Okay, yeah.
And I got lucky with that because that could have gone straight in my eye, but
so
it just hit me, like, just below the nose.
Really? Okay. So did it like split your lip open? Like, was it like a big laceration kind of a deal?
So basically, what happened was once I got hit, I felt dizzy, and all I could taste was iron. And it was like 4 in. It's just becoming spring, so it's still dark, and I cannot see anything, and I'm dizzy. So I walk around my track, the plan. So I've gone to each section trying to find my section commander, just going, Corporal, I think I'm bleeding. So, and then my corporal sees me, right? He gets really angry at me because, you know, naturally I'm up. It's dark, he can't see anything. I then tell him what he thinks I'm bleeding. Oh, I think I'm bleeding. He then turns on the light and sees, and all I see is just his face change. It's just complete shock. Because what had happened is it not only put a hole in my lip, but also it put a hole in my gum as well behind.
Oh.
So there was blood just everywhere. Which is how I found out the face bleeds a lot when you first get a cut on it.
Yeah, it does. Oh, man.
So then when I got told to go by a tree, then we had all the section commanders, one of them was a medic, and the sergeant and platoon commander all staring at me trying to figure out what to do. And while they're trying to figure out, we have this thing called Mistat cards, which basically, like, if you get injured, someone runs up, you know, while
they're called what? Mistat?
Like a Mistat. I forgot what it means, but it's like basically if you get injured, like your leg blown off, or you need like some sort of treatment on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Someone run up, grab it, and then write out your injury while someone else is fixing you, keeping you steady. So then when you get handed off to the medic, you give them the card, and then they know what's wrong with you, and like if you've been given any like fentanyl, like painkillers, a tourniquet, and when was it applied, and also the time of the thing. So then I put on my Mistat card, I started writing down my injuries because I thought it would be funny. So then I write down cause of pain or cause of injury, tent peg, and stupidity.
Tent peg and stupidity.
Yeah, and then just the time, and then as my sergeant's driving me to kind of like this shed we like, kind of like these buildings we had on the not the camp, but on like the site that we were using. I hand him over the card, and he just looks at me like an absolute maniac. Got a hole in my face.
How long were you like? How long did you have to like recover, or were you kind of just like, all right, you're patched up and you have to get back to what you were doing?
So basically, I was in the training area. I got there till about 8, and then I got sent off to the hospital, not the hospital, like A&E, to get stitched up. And I missed the gas chamber because I'd already done it before. And that was about it. And then after that, I was doing everything else. So basically, I was just patched up and ready. Because they knew if I went into the gas chamber with that stitching, I would have been in shit tons of pain.
What is the gas chamber?
So basically, part of the training is we do CBRN, which is like gas mask and like all sorts of like
okay,
gassed and shit. So we got a chamber filled with tear gas that we go into, and you have to you have to do some drills with the gas mask, run around, do some press ups, and then you take the gas mask off and try to say your name, service number, which
Oh yeah.
you're going to, and then you job roll.
I think I've seen that before. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. When I did it the first time, I got about halfway into my name, and I took one big breath, and then I was just done from there.
I can imagine.
Is when I was. What made it worse when I was like just spewing everywhere, or like not like throwing up, but like coughing. The corporal was going, "How many members of your family do you have?" But I knew he knew I couldn't answer it.
Yeah.
But he just wanted to keep me in there as long as I can, because he was a dick.
But yeah, he's trying to push you. He's doing his job.
Yeah.
Kind of have to be a dick in those circumstances, I think.
Yeah, I don't blame them for it. They did make them being dicks did make it more interesting to look back on.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Which is something I can appreciate. And then I got another face injury. A couple.
You got another face injury?
Yeah, this one was because of basically, I've done my phase 2 training. We're in 4-man rooms, like a massive kind of block, 4-man rooms.
Okay.
And my corridor that I'm on, we get really bored, so we figured out a way to entertain ourselves is just fight each other. As you do. So,
yeah.
This one guy was really drunk.
A little sparring action.
Yeah. So this one guy's really drunk, and he has a crutch in his room for some reason. He's not injured, he just found a crutch and took it, and now has it in his room. And I'm sat in this one guy's bed. And his roommate attacks me with a kick, which he misses. And then I grab his foot because I know he's going to go for another kick. The drunk guy comes in with a crutch, and then he tries to hit me with it because he's drunk. He misses as well, so I grab it by the rubber part because I knew he was going to swing again. So I'm just holding these two here. I'm trying to take the crutch off him, so I'm bringing it closer. That looks really weird. I just realised.
It's all right. It's all right. I get what you were trying to do.
Yeah.
Even if it did look like you were jorking it a little bit. That's all right.
I wasn't jorking two guys up, I promise. And then the rubber bit slips off, and he just goes up with it, and it just scratches my face, and it's left a mark under my nose, and it starts bleeding. So then naturally, like some guy said, "Oh, you should put it in your face like hand cream." So I did. So I just put 2 little lines of my blood under my eyes. And it really freaked the drunk guy out because he was completely pissed.
Wait, you put what under? You put something under your eyes to help with
my blood.
Your nose.
So my blood.
Oh.
My blood. Yeah.
That's fucking. That's fucking freaky.
Yeah, it's freaky, but it was just really funny.
Did you get a picture of it?
I do have a picture. The things of the picture. I do have a picture, but like some of the blood's faded away by the time I took it. But you can see like where I put it.
Gotcha.
But you still got
That's a good memory.
And ran away.
How old are you?
19.
Gotcha. And this happened only a couple months ago, you said.
Yeah. These were 2020.
So you got hit in the nose. Did you like just get a bloody nose, or did you like get a cut? It
was a cut, so it's left like a small. You can't really see. It's like a small mark.
Yeah.
Like just under my nose again. But it did start bleeding.
How long ago was the tent stake?
Actually, hold on, give me a second. I have the exact date.
Oh, sweet.
I've got a picture of my face with a hole in it and still like camo cream on my face. I thought it'd be funny just to put it on. Where is it? Oh, is this it? Yeah, so this happened on the 8th of March, the tent peg.
So this was also recent.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
8th of March last year, I meant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry. That was my bad.
No, you're good. I mean, generally, I mean, that's still... In the grand scheme of life, that's still pretty recent. Do you,
Yeah.
Where you got stabbed, do you have like a hole there? Is it scarred up now and you just have like a scar line, or like
It is there is a scar, but it's not as, it's kind of faded a little bit, which I'm kind of angry about, but There's still like
that's
a mark. If you
alright.
look closer, you can still see a mark.
Yeah. You were hoping for a
Hopefully I'm not running out of
battle
it.
scar.
Yeah. It was funny. I was trying to.
Well, you
my
just have to
client
get
was
into
trying to make a
more.
device for it.
You have to get into more combative situations where your face gets fucked. Pretty
That's what I've
much.
been. To be fair, that's like the next regiment I'm going to is an infantry regiment. So I'm hoping to do
Yeah.
more
What
shit with them.
What branch are you in?
I'm in the army.
Okay.
And I'm a vehicle mechanic.
Gotcha. Okay.
So my role is I can go off to basically any sort of unit and just like fix their vehicles. So I'm going off to an infantry regiment to hopefully fix their vehicles and go on exercise and do more shit and get injured in more stupid ways. I'm hoping.
I mean, I'm sure it'll happen. Do you I know in the U.S. you usually sign like a some kind of contract, some binding thing where you have to be in service for many years. Is that
Yeah.
something? I mean, you don't have to answer this. Are you? What country are you in? Are you in the UK?
Yeah, I'm in the UK. So yeah, we
Is
do
there-
have a contract. We
Yeah.
have like multiple contracts throughout our years for how long we'll do. So the first contract we sign, I'm pretty sure, is for 4 years. And
Okay,
then the
yeah.
next one is if you want to leave or then do another 6 years.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you were
Well,
yeah.
I'm
You're 19. I mean, yeah. Go through these 4 years
Yeah.
and see, see where you're at.
See how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But
planning
I mean,
on doing.
you're
I'm
getting
gonna
you're,
stay.
if you're gonna be a vehicle mechanic, you're gonna get some really good knowledge just in automotive things. Do you like
Pretty much.
Do you like automotive work? Like, have you worked on stuff throughout your life, or is it just something you're
mean-
dabbling in, like you're figuring it out?
I'd say something I'm more like dabbling, figuring out. Plus, I really wanted to get into racing, and I found out the army's
Oh
probably
yeah.
the most direct route. And if I go to vehicle mechanics, then I'm more likely to get into racing. So. it's
Really? Wait,
I've
what?
always been somewhat. So basically, the army's got like multiple motorsport teams, and I'm trying to get into any one of them.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Huh.
mind which one.
And when you say you want to
So-
get into racing, do you want to like be a race car driver, or you just want to be like a
Yes.
pit crew kind of guy? Yeah.
Yes, I mean I wouldn't mind being the pit crew, but I prefer to like to be a racing driver. But
Yeah. I mean,
I have found a new love for just doing army shit.
yeah.
Just
It's
like,
fucking
touched out of
tough.
nowhere.
I've never.
Yeah,
I
oh,
mean,
yeah,
I
it's
haven't
really
served.
tough.
I haven't served in the military at all. But like, I have friends who have, and I know it's not for the faint of heart. Especially when you're just fresh out of school. And like you're
Yeah,
still a teenager. You're 18, 19. You're joining these kinds of things. It's rough, man. More
I
power
tried
to
to join
you.
at 16. I tried to join at 16. My parents begged me to a year of college, and I just said I was like, sure. So I just did a year at college, and then
Oh, really?
by the time I was 7, and it took so long to join. It took me almost a year to join because of how like.
Are your
just-
parents supportive of your path?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
My dad was in the army.
Oh,
I
okay,
think he was
gotcha.
kind of hoping.
Yeah.
He was kind of hoping I would join at some point, but not at 16.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. 16 is pretty young.
But yeah, no. I mean, it's true, yeah, but I don't really have a choice.
Yeah.
So,
I know it's a little different across the pond.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm unsure. I'm not entirely sure how it works in America. But-
Yeah, I mean, I don't know either. I'm just
Fair enough.
I'm just some fucking robot on VR chat. That's all I am.
Fair one. With the cool voice.
I don't know about that. That's all right. I have equalizers to help my microphone out, so I sound better than I really do.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I was going to ask if you were some kind of streamer or YouTuber.
No, actually, you're my first guy. You're my first
Oh,
dude.
yes.
Yeah. It's something
So
I've wanted. It's something I've wanted to do for a while. Is start a little podcast
podcast.
thing. Yeah.
Also, I've been wanting. Yeah, I want to like do something similar. We just talk about random shit.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I do.
Mm.
I thought, you know, what a better place but to go on to No Time to Talk and find people and be like, hey, like, if you have a story, come chat about it, you know, that kind of thing.
That's a good way of doing it. That's a good way of doing it.
Right? That's kind of what I thought.
The only issue is you will get some, like, either weird or just really boring stories.
Well, if they're weird or boring, then I just cut it out. I don't put it in. But you'll be in.
Fair enough. Yes.
You'll be in.
Yeah, I will.
When it happens, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I do have one more story.
Yes, please.
The first time I threw up while drinking, it was in the army, and it was at my second camp. And there's a bar on camp, right? And I've been out with a few mates, and I was about 7 pints in, the other two about 3 or 4, and we did something really stupid. We decided to drag race each other on, like, because the army has this airstrip.
Yeah.
I wasn't driving. I was conscious enough to say, "Do not let me drive." So I was in the passenger seat, and we decided to go. And so we just went for it. And my car won, or wasn't my car? It was a car was in that one. We then see this bold guy on the phone. It turns out he's calling. It's not the military police, but it's like the guards of the camp. You know, on us because he's just seen us. Because he's just
were these
racing.
Were these your two individual? Like, you guys own these cars, or were these cars that were part of your company? I don't know if that's the right word. These
cars owned by the guys driving.
Okay.
So it would have been so much worse for these other vehicles. But yeah, no, he saw us drag racing. And
you were on the airstrip,
but
like on the runway.
So basically, because it was an old RAF base, and then turned into an army camp. Like, the airstrip is more of a car park that we use now.
Oh, okay.
We were still racing on there, so he was able to easily.
Yeah, but you have this long stretch of road.
Yeah.
How does one not?
Massive.
How does one not do a drag race on something like that?
I've got a 600cc bike I've just got, and I'm taking that.
Oh, really?
Ragging it around. Yeah.
What kind of bike is it?
It's a Triumph Trident 660.
Oh, nice. Those are good. Those are really good. So I want to get at some point here. I want to get some kind of enduro, more like trail bike-esque thing. I grew up riding dirt bikes and stuff, and ATVs and buggies and all that. You know, I want to ride them on the road. You know, it's nice.
Oh yeah. Well, do like some tracks and then back on the road and then onto some tracks. Yeah,
I mean, just the versatility of it all. You know, like you know, I wouldn't bring it on the highway, but I just take it down like back roads and stuff.
Yes, yeah.
You know, if you find like if you find like where I live, there's some like logging trails and stuff that are dirt roads. Take them down that, you know.
Yeah, I've got like similar sort of thing around here. And my dad definitely wants to do it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was talking to my dad about motorcycles, and he's been in a few accidents in and of his own. Not motorcycles typically, but like snowmobiles and like three-wheelers and stuff. And he was like, "I want to get a bike, but I'm very nervous too." And I was like, "Yeah, that's fair." I was like, "Yeah, no, I don't blame you." Yeah. But I feel that if I get a bike, if I get an enduro, he's gonna crack.
He's gonna get one too,
yeah.
That's basically what happened with me and my dad, because he used to ride motorbikes as well. That's how I got the love for him, because he used to ride them. Then he stopped for a period of time.
Yep.
And then I got a 125. He rode it. I was like, I need another bike.
I started on a 125. 26.
Yeah.
And you wait. So did you go from a 125 to a 600?
Yes.
Oh man.
That's like, yeah, it's a big jump.
That's a big jump, brother. If I could give you any advice on that, it would be like, don't get confident with that throttle right off the bat.
I've been trying to.
You fucking feel the power, like you feel it, and it's so easy to just fucking let loose, and then all of a sudden you're sliding on the ground.
Yeah, no, I've been trying to stay humble in it. I've been trying not to get too overconfident. I get too excited when I'm on it, though.
Yeah, and I don't blame you at all. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, no, take that shit so carefully. Dear God, please.
No, but I would
I
love
mean,
to
well,
upload
actually,
stuff
don't.
on there.
Actually, I take it all back because you want to like get more face scars and shit. So actually, never mind.
I don't want to fuck the bike up,
Drive,
though.
ride, and then purposefully try to like fall on your face.
Yeah, I'll put my visor up and everything. You know, try to get some rocks hang off.
Yeah,
Give
have
me
your
face.
buddy do a burnout on dirt in front of you, and you can just keep your face exposed.
Yeah, I don't want to fuck the bike up.
Yeah,
It's my
that's
only-
true. Well, you don't need to be on the bike; just stand behind him.
That's true. Yeah, don't. Well, I could jump off his bike.
Yeah, fall off his bike. All right,
There
we
we go.
figured it out. We figured it out.
And now let's get my scars.
That's how you get your. And then you tell people that you got your scars in combat.
Yes, that's what I've been telling them
I
already.
already figured
you know.
it out. I don't even care that if you like lied to me about your story. I mean, I believe you. I believe you.
No, it's true. I have the evidence for it.
I know.
do have the
I
evidence.
figured. I'm not very squeamish with that. I'd love to see that at some point, but
I can definitely show you. It's not, to be fair, it's not very gruesome because it's just
no,
it's
it's
just
just a
like
little gash.
hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little gash. There's no blood or anything like that. It's just a hole.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the funniest one is just me incredibly tired with a bunch of cam cream on my face and then just a hole.
My middle finger on my right hand. I used to
Yeah.
work at a butcher plant, and I was trimming off some Canadian bacon, and I sliced into my middle finger, and it like peeled open. It's just enough to have to go to quick care. But if you like look at my middle finger, like there's a weird divot in it because you can see the slice. But luckily it was so
You, like, hit the
sharp.
bone.
No, I didn't hit the bone, fortunately. But it
Okay.
was like, it was pretty red. It's
It
pretty
was
red.
deep,
It was deep. It probably went like a centimeter and a half back on my fingertip,
Oh.
and like a centimeter down.
So you can just see
So
where
you can
you've cut,
see.
like, it's got a line there.
Yeah, and if I look at it right now, I can see I can see how it healed back, and you can tell it like moved a little bit when it healed back. But yeah, I left work to go to our like quick care,
Yeah.
which is like a miniature hospital kind of a deal.
Yeah, no,
and,
that's where I had to go to get my stitch.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, I went to quick care, and I like, my fingers wrapped in like paper towels and shit and gauze, and it's still
Get
bleed.
stitches?
It's still bleed. Funny enough, no, it was such a sharp cut that it just healed with compression. But like I got there, I lost just enough blood that I like sat down, they cleaned it, and I stood up, and I immediately like my tunnel vision kicked in, and I like, I have to like sit back down, yeah, because I was originally gonna go back to work, and I was like, yeah, maybe not.
Yeah. I might cause another one.
Yeah,
Might lose the whole
exactly,
finger.
exactly. So yeah, I took a second, and then I just went home, but yeah, but no, I'm pretty alright with like blood and stuff.
Yeah.
That shit's
No, I've
pretty
gotten
gnarly.
used to it since.
You're gonna have
I used to
to
absolutely hate those.
if you're in infantry, as automotive.
Oh no, I'm just a vehicle mechanic, so I can go to like any other regiment, like a
So are you-
boring and go fix trucks.
So you're not gonna be like more on the front lines and stuff. You're gonna be someone who just you service the vehicles for them to take out.
So that was what I was told until then I got to the training camp and then we were told that our job has completely changed. We're no longer gonna be in the warehouse. We're gonna be out on the field fixing the vehicles while getting shot at.
Oh,
Which
you're gonna be
yeah.
on the front lines.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
Yeah,
not. Well, no.
sadly.
I say that like I know what I'm talking about, but I don't. But I think they're doing that in the case of that's a situation that you could
Yeah.
fall into.
If it's needed, then we'll be sent out to fix the vehicle.
Yeah, gotcha.
But that's only like I think like a massive if. Like if they
Yeah.
can't get anyone else to take it out, they just need it fixed. But yeah,
Are you excited to learn that kind of
I am
stuff?
very excited.
Nice.
I am, yeah. 'Cause I'm
What
going
is,
like 4 hours away from home.
What is your actual name, if you don't mind me asking? If you don't mind it being in YouTube. What's that?
I will say it. It's Monty. It's Monty.
Monty! I have a buddy named Monty. That's not his real name, but that's what we call him.
I'm not going to say my last name.
Don't. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
Jesus. No, I don't need that.
So I don't know how.
You're in the UK, so it's probably Monty Breckhamfield or something like that. I don't need to know it.
Something a bit shorter than that.
Monty Worcestershire Shire McShire.
You got it. That's perfect.
That's it.
That's basically it. Yeah. Oh.
Gotcha. Do you have anything else you'd like to say, or?
Can I ask you a couple questions?
Sure.
So, how old are you? How old are you as well? Because
I'm 23. I turned 24 in like 2 weeks, I think. 2.5 weeks. So I'm practically 24.
Still quite young. Fair enough. So what? Do you go? So, what do you do for work as well?
I'm interested. I work with I won't get too into detail, but I work with funny plants. I work at a cannabis grow house.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Fair enough. Are you in the US?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, because they've started making it legal in some states, haven't they?
Yeah. Yep. The state I'm in was one of the first. Back in like 2016, I think. And back then, obviously, I was like 15, so I wasn't even thinking about that really.
Yeah.
But no, I moved out of my home state to Colorado back in like 2022, and I started working in cannabis there. And then when I moved back, I it's not even cannabis that I like. I just like the production cycle of it all. I like the production work.
Yeah.
So I wanted to pursue that here as well. So eventually So
did you move to Colorado just for the work?
Kind of, yeah. There's more to it. Like, my brother wanted to live there, and I was like, fuck it, I'll come join you, and just try it, because I was like 21 at the time, so I was like, why not? And yeah, I lived in Colorado for a year, learning like cannabis work. But yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Fair enough. Well, I would love to try it, but I'll get kicked out. Yeah.
Can you come to the U.S.? Come to the U.S. I'm sure someone will supply. I'm not endorsing that until you're 21, obviously, but you are a free man.
2 months off.
Go to Amsterdam. That's probably a safer bet.
Yes, perfect place. Red light district as well. Heard they got some good.
Exactly.
Good.
They can't. I know Amsterdam can't sell you weed, but you can buy something and then they gift it to you on top of it, and that's not illegal. So.
Yeah, it's setting fun deal. Yeah, no, I've got to book a whole month off and then do it.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's start at the very start of the month, just so I don't get caught.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I don't know if you get drug tested. I'm sure you do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
I need to be careful. Even the drug tests are so. What's the word? I forgot the word. They go in so in depth of what's in your system to the point where if you're taking a protein shake or some of those powdered energy drinks, you have to look up every single thing that's in there because it could get picked up, and you could get kicked out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they're super picky on what you can have in your diet? Really?
Yeah.
They're that picky?
I think there was basically my cousin. He was in the Navy, and he was on a boat, and there was a bunch of Royal Marine Commandos, and these guys were really fit. And when they did a drug test, they all got picked out for a certain drug, or for something that was in a drug. And it turns out it was the protein shakes they were drinking. There was something in there that was also in. I'm pretty sure it was either weed. I think it was either weed or coke. Can't remember. It was in one of the bad drugs. But they picked that up.
Well, hold on. Weed is not a bad drug.
Yeah, but technically to the
bad
army,
drug for your country. I know. I'm just being a wise ass.
Yeah. My brother smokes it all the time.
Oh, gotcha.
Cause like
Word.
scanning of it.
Hell yeah.
Moving to
As long as your brother's legal age
3 weeks.
to smoke.
He is. We had moved into our new house. He'd already been living here 3 more weeks. The whole house just smelled of pure weed.
Oh no.
He was. My parents were not happy with him.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Well, Monty, it was nice chatting with you, man. That's pretty awesome.
Nice chatting you as well.
You seem like you got a good path going. You seem like you got some good structure in your life, and you know, you're figuring it out, which is pretty awesome. So I'm happy for you, man.
Thank you. I like talking to you as well. Hopefully, I'll have more stories.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, I'm heading back to No Time to Talk. Maybe get a couple more. So.
Good do. Good.
Yes, sir.
What was the channel name as well?
Oh, it's there's not really anything there. It's Jake Phobia Guy on YouTube.
Right.
That would be my YouTube, but I don't really have anything there right now. So be on the lookout. Jake Phobia Guy. You should. There's one video that says I am definitely a human.
Definitely a human.
Yeah, from like a couple of years ago.
I think I've done like one VR chat video, and they just went. It was terrible. It's so bad.
Oh, trust me. I have many private videos on Jake Phobia Guy that were very not good. So it's all right.
Yeah. I've kept all mine up, so I've basically abandoned my channel.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've been through the motions of that, so I don't blame you. Did you want to join me back in No Time to Talk to continue chatting with people?
Let's see. Yeah.
All right, I got you.
Let's set a portal now.
I'll place a portal right out here.
Oh,
I'm sure we will. Man. Yes. But yeah, no, Monty, it was nice talking to you, man. I wish you the best of luck. I'm sure I'll chat with you soon.
Thank you. You too, mate. You too.
Yes, sir.
If I could, my stick drift could work. There we go.
What a guy! What a good first chat. That was nice. That was very nice. That guy's username is Tits.
Wait, what? Oh my god, it is just Tits.
I don't want to read the status under that. That's absurd. I don't like that. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I want to talk to that guy. Why they are the way they are.
My spiritual beliefs are just kind of like.
I don't even mean that in a bad way. I hope I link up with you in whatever conversations happen, because I want to know why your pro user is Tits, and then I got my butt plug in.
So listen, to explain myself. Yes.
We're not gonna have enough time. Oh, yes is not a fucking answer. I'm not gonna take that.
Yes, it is.
Nah, I don't believe you.
We need an explanation. He needs an explanation of it.
Oh, there's gotta be more to it.
Alright. So basically, I love boobs, and the butt plug thing, it is because I'm living my truth, okay? I live my truth.
So you just like anal?
What is attached? Like, you know what?
Alright. I mean, you do you. You do you, man.
I said about weird, right?
Okay,
I'm sorry, I have
please.
my personal mirror on, so I didn't know what side you guys were actually on. Now listen. The butt plug thing. Low-key, guys, I live my truth, you know what I mean? I live my truth. I am a woman of my truth. Whatever that status says is what I'm doing. Alright? What's connected to the end of that butt plug? A tail. Just like with this actual avatar. Number 2, boobies. I love boobs. I wanted to set my name to thighs. I think I'll do that on another account. But I haven't decided yet.
Yeah, that's quite the username to catch. The butt plug thing, I was joking, really. I don't really care about the butt plug thing. You can have a butt plug in, that's fine. You know, pair it to your lovin' so someone miles away can like pair to it or whatever the fuck you want to do. That's fine. But the Tits username, that's a good snag. That's a good snag.
Thank you.
Hello? Hey.
Hey!
Hey, what's going on, man?
By chance, do you make avatars?
I don't make avatars, no.
Fuck!
You're in the. I mean, actually, I was gonna say this is the wrong spot to ask that, but actually, it's a good spot. Because you will run into people who make avatars. You know, I think look up if you want an avatar commission. Like, look up just like on Google. Go to the or look up on Google or go to the VR chat Discord and be like, VR chat avatar commissioner, and then find people, you know, who do that.
I'd rather do it the hard way because it's more fun like that.
Well, no, I don't think it's any more difficult. It's a matter of how long it takes.
Well, because I'll find people that are actually pretty good with the things I want. I want to actually have a challenge to find people that are actually that I want.
Well, I don't think it's a challenge. I think you want to find the right person. However you go about it, it just takes a little longer.
The avatar I'm wanting, it takes a lot of particles, and when I mean a lot, I mean like a lot.
What kind? Press this button for me really quick, sir.
Yeah.
What is the avatar that you want?
So.
Oh, wait, did I press it? Okay, there we go.
Okay. The avatar is called Sun Wukong Robot.
Okay.
I've seen it on TikTok.
I am a robot. Robots are cool.
The avatar itself is amazing. Search it up. Sun Wukong Robot avatar in VR chat.
I don't think I have enough time. Unless Tin Roof, unless you want to go to another world and chat about this, which I will absolutely do, if you'd like to do that.
Not right now, because I'm going to continue my search, but I'm going to friend you, and we're going to talk about this another time.
Okay. Well, I do a little funny thing. I do a little podcast called Practically a Podcast, where I find people on the internet and talk about random stuff. And you are on that, not actually right now, you're on that podcast. If you consent to it. So you might, through the podcast, find someone.
Honestly, I do not care if I'm on a podcast or not. I'm on a question.
That's why I was like, we should. If you want to go to another world and chat about it, you know, you never know who might reach out to you. You know?
If there's anyone, am I on a podcast right at this moment?
You're not live, but I'm recording. Yes.
Okay, we should do a live version. Actually, I want to go to that world now.
Okay.
Man, shut up. Okay,
I will. Send you an invite, good sir. I will send you an invite.
All right.
Give me 1 second, man.
All right.
If I do this in time, we can both join. Here we go.
Yes. Oh my god. Hurry!
Little does he know, he's in the first episode. Ah, yes. Right this way, sir. Please, I really want to know more about your visions of your avatar. Wait, because now I can actually search this up, okay? So you want, okay, wait, hold on. Let me go to Google really quick.
Google?
Let me go to Google.
I thought you were about to say Goku.
Let me go to Goku really quick. What is this called? What is this avatar called?
Sun Wukong Robot avatar in VR chat. That's the full thing I want to. It'll be easy to find.
Sun Wukong Robot avatar.
And then you want to go. And you want to go to video.
Oh yes.
It'll probably be the
Wukong
first
Kyle Avatar Showcase.
Yes.
Alright, I'm looking at it right now.
Yes.
It's telling me to pair to my PS5, which is in my living room, and my roommate's watching on that PS5, so I'm not going to do that.
No. I did a free show with something really cool.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. So do you just want this avatar?
With all its particles and all its weapons, yes.
Okay. So this is just to give it a description. It is the classic like VR chat robot avatar, but it's got a bunch of cool shit on it, and it's got a bunch of particles and animations and shit.
Yes.
So oh man, this is from this is Christmas 2020, December 25th, 2020. This came out. Zeplord.
I tried searching up that avatar in a bunch of avatar worlds you can search up in, and yet I had no results.
None at all? So this guy made an avatar, and he made an avatar showcase and then just didn't put it up for sale.
Yes, the only results was actual versions of Sun Wukong. Not the robots.
Okay, wait.
Not the defaults. Sun Wukong.
Well, the name of the avatar is Wukong Kyle.
I tried that. I think we should go into Avatar server later. Because I'm hoping to God it's still in there.
Okay, I'm gonna Tin Roof. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. I'm gonna help you. Wukong by Zeppwelert. Okay, wait. Zepwerlt.
The guy makes a lot of robot avatars.
He has a Gumroad. He has a Discord server. You can go onto his Discord server and ask him about Wukong Kyle. It's not for sale, but he might have it. Hold on.
I mean, he's the one that created it, so he has to have it.
I'm gonna say Wukong. I'm just gonna search that up. I'm searching it up. It says no products found. I'm gonna search up Kyle. Let me see. No products. Dude, okay, so this is not on his Gumroad. But if you look up ZEP, I don't know if you want to Google this right now. Get your phone out, man. You're gonna join this Discord server.
Got my phone.
You're gonna join this Discord server and ask this. Be like, hey, I really like the Wukong Kyle avatar. I know it's not for sale. Is it possible to obtain this avatar? Sorry to bother you. That is what you should say to him.
Ready.
Okay?
Alright, I'm ready.
Alright, type in this link in Google or wherever the fuck. Okay?
I'm in. Okay, hold on. Link. Okay, hold on. Let me go. Google. Alright.
Type in ZEPWLERT.gumroad.com. Okay?
Gumroad.com.
Gumroad. GUMROAD.com.
Gumroad.com.
Yes.
Gumroad. Fucking damn my fucking speaker. Oh, fuck it. Sorry for saying swear words. I swear like a sailor.
Fucking curse like a sailor, motherfucker. It's fine.
Okay, I'm sorry to ask this. You're gonna think I'm dumb as shit, but how do you spell road?
ROAD.
ROAD. Gumroad.com. Okay. Discord. Fuck that shit.
And he has a server link.
Server link.
Who knows how old it is? This is your closest shot.
Shit. It lists off codes where actually you can get money with.
Well, I think it's like a discount code thing.
Yeah.
But go to that server, DM Zeblert or whatever his name is, and be like, I mean, yeah, you gotta DM this creator, the guy who made this.
Ziplex, whatever it's called.
Zeppwelert, I think is his name.
Zeppwelert?
Zeppwelert. ZEPWLERT.
I only see. Hold on. I only see dash VFX.
That might be him. ZEP.
Yeah, ZEP.
He says he makes VFX animations, so I would imagine that's him.
Holy shit!
DM him and be like, "Hey, man, sorry to bother you." Just be like, "Hey, well, you gotta be polite with him, all right? You gotta win his favor over, because you gotta be like, hey, man, sorry to bother you. I really like the whatever it's called, Kyle avatar from 2020. I know it's not for.
Right now?
We're not live. I'm just recording. We're
Right,
too early in the
right
podcast. We're too early in the podcast to do that, unfortunately. But I will. Because Tin Roof, I'm not gonna lie to you. You are You are part of my first episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You are one of the first.
Holy shit.
So. But I do a podcast called Practically a Podcast, where I just meet people, and then I talk to them about things.
Are you in a spinning chair, by the way?
I might be in a spinning chair, but yeah. Yes. It creaks a lot, so I need a new one.
Yeah, okay. I can fix that, but I will definitely talk to that guy when fucking Discord decides to stop being a dumbass.
Okay. Ask him about, what is it called? Wukong Kyle?
Yeah, Wukong Kyle.
Wukong Kyle. Be like, hey, I know this is an older avatar. Is it possible to obtain this avatar from you? Sorry to bother you. Something like that. You know, be polite to him.
Yeah. Is that camera actually recording?
So the way I have it right now is I have the full window is like pointed at you. Wherever I'm looking is at you.
Yeah. Oh.
That is like a green screen of me like in the corner.
Oh.
So you being there is perfect. You're right in the center.
Yeah.
So.
Shit. Should we at least go to the Avatar world and actually see if it's still there?
Actually, you know what? Motherfucker. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go see. I'm gonna do everything I can to help you find this avatar. All right, hold on.
You're like the one true friend that'll help me out with everything. What you drinking? Vodka?
I'm drinking I'm drinking a type of alcoholic beverage. All right.
All right. What is?
It's a beer.
Straight up beer.
Good old beer.
Good old beer.
God bless America. Let me see. What is there's an avatar world I'm thinking of where if we type in his name, his avatars will appear. And it might if it's public. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I hope it is. What is your age, by the way?
24. I'm about to be 24. Brother, we're gonna join this world. We're gonna join this world. It's called Prismic's Avatar Search. And I think if we look up his name, we'll see his posted avatars that are public.
Which I hope are public.
I don't know if have you done this yet? Have you gone to an avatar world to look up his avatar?
I've done to one avatar world. And I just searched up Sun Wukong shit and then other type of shit and yeah.
Alright, let's get to the bottom of this. Let's get to the bottom of this, okay? After you.
Yes. Yo, what up?
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Alright,
Alright, come over here. Come over here.
I'm coming.
See where it says author name. You're gonna type in ZEP. WL.
ERT.
It's right there. Wukong Kyle. It's there.
No fucking way.
It's right there. Wukong Kyle. It's right there.
I'm not getting anything.
Did you type ZEPWLERT?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, are you on? Oh, dude, wait, this is gonna kill me. Tin Roof. Oh, Tin Roof, Tin Roof, Tin Roof.
Huh.
What's your real name? If you don't mind me asking. You don't have to say it.
Man.
You don't have to say it.
My name is Archer.
What is that?
Archer.
Archer. This is a PC only avatar.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
don't just...
I see it right there. Wukong Kyle. And it's PC only.
No!
You need a PC, buddy.
Oh.
I'm about to be Wukong Kyle. I don't know if you're able to save avatars that are PC, but in the event that you get a PC, you will have Wukong Kyle ready for you.
I gotta turn on your avatar.
But I am Wukong Kyle right now, and I am not doing too hot. I can't move around or anything. This is not working.
Glitching out like.
Yeah, I'm kind of like in the floor.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Turn on your avatar cloning.
Okay. This is already. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this is already turning out to be a pretty janky avatar.
Did you turn on your cloning yet?
Yes, I did.
Or start flicking off and on again. Flip it off and on again.
Here, wait, hold on.
For like a couple seconds.
Oh, there's a password to it.
A password for using the avatar.
I don't even know. I've never seen that before in my life.
No. As long as I get to have it, I'm willing to just fucking have it.
The cloning is on. But I'm like in the ground. I'm locked.
But sadly, I can't use it.
Well, here, okay, but Tin Roof, here's the good thing that we have figured out about this whole thing. We now know that you found it, and you can't use it right now, but it is possible to use.
Yes, but now here's the thing: how do I hook up my PC on my fucking Oculus?
Well, you need a good gaming computer to do that.
Wait, I do have one.
Do you have like a gaming PC that you built?
Yeah, yes, it is right over there.
Okay.
Right under my.
You need at least virtual desktop with or an Airlink cable so you can plug your. I'm assuming you're on Quest right now.
Yeah, Quest.
Yeah, use like a long 12, 16 foot cable to plug into your computer from your headset. Play through Steam VR / virtual desktop if you don't have a cable. And then you have to ask Zebulert for the Wukong Kyle password code so that you can use Wukong Kyle. Which I've never heard before in my life.
I want you to come over to my house so you can help me do this shit because I lost like 5 seconds ago.
You're right. Look at put like virtual desktop in your notes or something, and then just look up how to set up virtual desktop at some point in time, and you'll figure it out. Tin Roof just left, so we're gonna move on. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, man?
Not much.
Do you
how you been?
Pretty good, man. Thank you for asking. Do you have any like crazy life stories? Anything happened in your life, that was kind of cool and crazy? Not even necessarily crazy, but
unfortunately, my friend, my story's a bit depressed.
That's all right. I'm all for it. I do a podcast where I talk to people on the internet and then they share their perspectives on life and shit. If you don't mind chatting about your situation.
Yeah, okay.
Then we gotta.
So we'll go to the deep.
We can either press this button or go to a world. If you want to chat about it.
Yeah, we go to a world. Hang on 1 sec. Hello?
Alright, word. Hey, if you want to press this button really quick, I'll drop a portal for us.
Yeah, drop a portal because I have to go do something. But then, yeah, once you drop the portal, I'll come in.
I got you. Please have a seat, Darth. So you said what was going on. You said that your story is kind of depressing, which is totally fine. I'm very interested to hear your story.
Yeah, I'll be happy to tell you.
Oh wait, you're sitting on the ground. Hold on. Here, wait. I'm gonna sit on the ground with you. Okay.
So whenever you'd like to start, I'll be happy to.
Yeah. Please. What is this? What is the story that you have?
So I'm what you would call a clown in school, right? A guy that mucks around, makes jokes, doesn't take life seriously.
Okay. Like a
So
class? Are you saying you're
made-
like a class clown kind of deal?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
All right.
And I thought that was my best personality, right? Like, I could make people laugh. I was social. But it all changed. I just become freshly 18. I got invited to a party for my first time. I don't really get invited to social events that much, which was weird because socially at school, I was everyone's friend. But back home, I was a loner. So I didn't know how to act, right?
What made you a loner outside of school and being at home?
I think it was more the fact that I felt like I didn't deserve people to be around.
Mhm.
So when I did try to socialize outside of, because socializing at school is easy, you get forced to do it. At home, it was kind of hard to be like, hey, do you want to come over?
Yeah.
So I got invited to this party, yet again, just turned freshly 18. So my friends were a bit
Happy birthday.
younger. Yeah, thank you. I mean, this was years ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw in your bio. I saw it was like 24, so I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, no. Please continue.
And I noticed that we're all having alcoholic drinks, especially since some of these people were 17 to 16. And I was like, okay, if her family is okay with it, because her dad was giving us drinks, then obviously it was acceptable. There was a girl there who, I can't remember her name, but she told me like how she was raped. And I felt really sorry, right? Because like I don't want to see people hurt. Especially since it happened to me. Like I don't want to be a hypocrite and be like, oh, well, you did something wrong. No, so I was nice to her, and I kind of had feelings.
Mhm.
At the end of the night, I saw that the girls were giving me more drinks, and I was a bit of a pussy. I threw some out, right? Because I didn't want to get too drunk. And when it came to sorting out the beds, 2 of my mates left with my mum to go back home, which I should have done, but the girls wanted me to stay because they invited someone who they didn't want to be there. So yet again, I was like, alright, I'm gonna do the nice thing and, stay here just in case something happens. The girl grabbed my arm and said, we're gonna go in this room. And I ain't gonna lie, I did like her a bit. But I don't know, I was just like comfortable with everyone, so I didn't think anything bad was gonna happen. She asked if she could take off her bra to make her feel more comfortable. I said yeah. We just started talking, making jokes, and then we fell asleep. Nothing happened. Like I just want to make this clear. Nothing happened.
Okay. And you can Dove, you can say whatever you want too. Like you don't have to sugarcoat stuff. You can.
I know. I'm getting there.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
the next day she left, and she looked like she was in a rush, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm leaving as well. 3 days later, rumors around the school gets told, and this is a small school, by the way.
Yeah.
We're talking about like 5 rooms, small, 5 classes. And my ex, who was also at the party, she pulled me aside and was like, hey, you know that chick? Did you do anything with her? I was like, no, of course not. What? And she goes, I know, because when we were dating, you're too scared to even hold my hands. You had to ask to hold my hands, but I'm just making sure you didn't do anything. And I was like, what is she saying? And she goes, right, well, the rumor is that you raped her. I was like, what? How? I was like shocked, but at the same time I didn't care, because like she wasn't at my school, so I didn't think much of it. But my stupidity, it ruined me. My friends left, my close friends left. They started saying that, oh, we saw this coming because of the jokes that he made before, right? And as I said, I was a class clown. I made stupid jokes.
Yeah,
right?
you made your out of pocket jokes
Classic
and stuff.
cringe, out of pocket. I never meant it.
Yeah.
They were just jokes. But it was sad to see my closest friends leave without even talking to me, and online they would bully me. Even when I tried to become a streamer, they would constantly join and harass. But it got worse. I had to leave the school because the teacher pulled me aside and goes, look, the girl that's coming in is accusing you of this, so we kind of have to either you move to a different district or we kick you out. I was like, this is unfair, I've done nothing. So after that happened, I spent 4 years of isolation.
Was there anyone in your friend group that was like, I don't believe any of this? Like nothing?
All my friends beside 2 of my exes didn't believe me.
Gotcha.
My friends online, they believed me as well, but my real life friends, they all just went straight to, you're a pedophile, you're a rapist, because I didn't even know her age, right?
Yeah.
I assumed that everyone was the same age. That's my bad, but like, yeah.
And that's tough
But
when
then-
it's such a small community. Like it's such a small group of people.
Oh, it is.
It's so
It
easy
is.
for that to like get around. And I grew up in a similar situation, but it was like more of a. There's more people to that, It was like about 100 or so. But I mean, typically that's a bit small, at least in my areas. But yeah, when rumors got around, it was like instant.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I think I didn't realize how much this affected me until on, ironically, Valentine's Day, I got picked up by the cops.
It was this Valentine's Day. This was the same year. Like this was the most.
It was actually like a year after, because like I kind of left school when the rumors started, and then it was a year after I was sitting at home playing, like, I think I was playing Roblox or something, and the cops came past and they said, hey, we need to take you down to the station. And yet again,
a year had passed.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And they handcuffed me, which I didn't know if I was under arrest or not, but I complied because I was like, I've got nothing to hide. Like, what am I hiding?
Yeah.
They took me to the station and they put me into like one of the cells, which apparently they shouldn't have done because I wasn't under arrest. So I was in a cell for like a couple of like hours, and it came to the questioning, and they asked, "Do you need a lawyer?" And like yet again, I'm a bit stupid. Like I was like, why do I need a lawyer? I'm innocent,
yes,
right?
yes, you need a lawyer. Yes. In this circumstance,
but
yes.
They called, but they called my mum up, and they're like, "Hey, does your son have any learning difficulties?" And then my mum was like, "Yeah, he's a bit like he's got learning difficulties. He might need someone there." So they got me a person, but they're explaining everything to me, and I was like, that is not how it happened. They said apparently I beat her, and then like I raped her.
Yeah.
And I was really shocked, because first I was shocked that she would say this stuff. Second, I was shocked that my friends went along, because at my friend's house, I was in her brother's room, and her room was like legit nearby, like really close, where we could hear them laughing and they could hear us laughing.
Yeah.
So for them to hear this stuff happening, I would have thought someone, if this was true, right, you would think someone would like stop. But
Yeah, you think someone would barge in, because of a commotion.
yeah, so it kind of really made me think that night. I think I was
I'm gonna
trapped.
sit back up really quick. Sorry. No, you keep
That's
going.
okay. But it really made me think that I was like going to this party was actually a trap for me, because her dad and everyone else was just giving me alcohol.
That was gonna be my next question. Like, did something happen for you to, for them to like come up with a reason to like accuse you of these things? Like, there was did something happen? Like, did they not like something you said or something like that?
I feel like maybe it was because of the jokes that I made, but I've always made it clear that they were jokes, and I always like apologize if I hurt anyone's feelings. But
Yeah.
I think it was the reality of my friends were not my friends.
And that's where I'm confused, is like, why do that to someone that hasn't hurt anyway? Like, there's no reasoning behind it,
Yeah. I honestly just think that like it just got to a point where people might have gotten sick of me, and like that I mean, it's understandable for people to get sick of me, but not to that extent. I think it was more of the fact that my jokes went too far. And I'm fair to say I made jokes. Oh, sorry. But still, it was always clear that they were jokes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I felt trapped because I started, because I remember what happened the whole night. Right?
Yeah.
That's my thing. I remember like a lot of stuff that's, maybe not even important. But what I remember is that her dad took us behind, like in his man cave, to have powerful drinks. And then we were drinking whatever they kept giving us, but like it was between me, I'm not gonna name names by the way, but it was between me and two other friends who were getting alcohol, and then it was just the 4 girls and another guy that we didn't know that were just like, they weren't really drinking.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so after the police station, after they took away my phone, because like at school, right? She actually thought I was telling people that me and her slept together when I wasn't. I was just making it clear. Yeah, one sec. I was just making it very clear that we slept in the same bed, but not sleep together. I'm sorry, you have to excuse me again. I am really sorry for this.
No, it's alright. No, do your thing. Take your time. Oh man. I have questions.
I'm back.
Welcome
so,
back.
yeah, as I was saying the text messages she sent me was stop telling people that we had sex that we didn't. And I am so grateful that she sent that, because that was the one thing that the cops found. And this was on Snapchat, so
Yeah. That was your evidence.
It's wild to find evidence on Snapchat that didn't get deleted.
Yeah.
But like that's when they gave me back my phone and they're like, you're
So she
innocent.
said stop telling people we had sex when we didn't.
Yeah.
Did she?
Well,
that almost sounds like she didn't start this rumor. It sounds
I
like
didn't
one of
think
her
like that,
friends.
to be honest.
It sounds like somebody
Yeah.
else started it. Unless
Honestly,
unless you
like
really
that,
did
yeah.
go around telling people you guys had sex. Which I mean, I don't have any judgment.
I made it clear to people that we slept in the same bed. That was it.
Yeah. Well, did you say
But
like we
I didn't-
slept together?
I said we slept together in the same bed.
Gotcha. But like nothing happened.
Yeah, I made it
Gotcha.
clear that nothing
Yeah.
happened. Right, and for people who know me, and this is kind of embarrassing to say, but I'm not that embarrassed. My first times with girls having sex, I have not climaxed.
Yeah.
So the idea of me raping someone is a bit like wild, right? Because what would I get out of it? I'd just get
Yeah.
bored. But yeah, so after the cops, it was the after effect of this that really fucked me up as a person.
That
After that, I
that
isolated myself for 4 years.
Okay. So you were when after the cops took you, you were 19. So then you went till 23 ish.
Yeah, 22 to 23. I isolated myself. I was heavily depressed. My room was a mess. I mean, it still is. Like it gets to that point where it's just messy. And there's like I wanted to die because there was no way of me getting out of this, right? Because all my friends left me.
What's your
my
real
school-
name, if you don't mind me asking?
Josh.
Josh, when you I get why this I 100% get why, you know, it puts you into a depressive state. 100%, you know, and I've had my similar situations, you know, where friends have kind of not heard my side and went off and they were like, fuck you. Oh shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. I guess my next question was gonna be like, does this still affect you to this day? But it sounds like you're getting out of it. No, it sounds like you're getting out of it a little bit from where you were going with it. And I'm sure COVID, if you're 24, I'm about to be 24. We're almost the same age. So like, yeah, COVID probably hit right after all this happened too. It just didn't help. You know, I'm sure COVID was a pretty big factor into it.
So looking after myself and taking care of myself, that has improved, right? Because I wasn't doing anything to help with what I was going through.
Yeah.
But I'm still affected by it in a way where I can't work with women. I'm scared. I'm afraid of them. I have
I understand that.
I have like a couple of female friends, right? And it's just because they were there at the first thing. Also like it makes it hard to socialize, right? Because especially on VR, right? It's meant to be a social place, but I can barely even get friends, you know? It just I just
had
feel less of myself.
you had your trust violated. Like you gave your trust to these people. Like these were people you thought you could be around, and then
Yeah.
they, whoever it was, decided, however they were feeling, decided they didn't like you, and they decided to do this. They decided to do like a cruel thing. Yeah, that's pretty fucked. And when you're a teenager, you don't really your prefrontal cortex is not fully developed. You're not gonna think about the consequences of these things on either side. So yeah, I imagine whoever it was, I would like to imagine that they're kind of regretting their actions. But I mean, who knows? You know, this was what, 5 years ago?
It was 5 to 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It's I mean, it just sucks.
Oh, sorry. No, you go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say it sucks because like I feel like a big, like, okay, so my point of view changed on some stands where, you know, like, because I was always like, oh, if a woman got molested and raped, you know, that's bad, that's really bad and stuff.
Yeah.
But it when it happened to me, it took me down to a bad path where it's like, well, are they being honest? Are they telling the truth? And
yeah, and
you get
that's
told you're sexist for having them thoughts.
it's a almost a double-edged sword in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's I don't know if that's the best example, but like it's tough for sure. Because on one side, it's like, if this actually did happen, that's fucking awful. But if there's not enough evidence to prove that this is what happened and they're just lying, like, they're kind of digging their own grave. You know, you're just building a dishonest, like, you're building trust issues into someone, you know?
Yeah, but it also sucks when the cops and your parents tell you if she ever has any new information, she could then say, here's new information and you've done it, right? Because I didn't go to the judge. I didn't get that far of going to a judge and then they'd been like, are you innocent or guilty? What it was is that the cops at the station and the detectives were like, oh, you're innocent.
Yeah.
But she could always come back in 5-10 years, be like, here's the proof.
Well, who knows?
If there was any.
I mean, do you still talk to this person?
I don't talk to any of them. They've made it clear that they don't want to talk to me. I nearly got jumped by them when I was willing to show them the recording of the police, because obviously when you go to a police station, you be recorded and they send you a disc.
Yep.
I said I'm happy to show that, but once I went to the park, I saw that they were there for one thing, and that was to bash me up.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, you're good. Josh, I think you know it just as well as I do. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I don't know how much you want some of these people back into your life, but, like, I would move on. Cut them off, you know, however the means necessary. Like, you know, get back, like, if you have family friends who have friends, you know, go socialize with them, or like go if you have other outlets to go get back and meet people and build the trust and explain to them your side on things. You know, they might show a little, I guess, empathy in a way.
Yeah,
but
like, it's funny you say that, because by me not bringing it up to them, then no one questions it.
Yeah, they just move on. They don't stem a reason to try to fuck you over, you know? If it just fades away, then it fades away and people move on. And, I mean, even if they do try to fuck you over, it never actually happened, and they can't build new evidence because you haven't communicated any of these things with these people. Like you have evidence. You have evidence on your side. And I would, dear God, if something comes up, don't say anything to any officer unless until you're like, you have a lawyer.
Yeah,
get a lawyer.
I learned my lesson. Yeah, I learned my lesson to be like, show me the.
Be like, I will not explain anything. I do not need to explain.
Yeah.
I am going on about my day. Like, why are you here? That kind of thing. Like, why are you here to arrest me? Because I don't know. I assume you're in. Are you in Europe? Like, are you in the UK?
In Australia.
Australia, gotcha. I don't know how it works in Australia. I'm sorry if I just offended you by asking if you're British.
No, you're okay. You're factual if you said that.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
You guys are of British prisoner origin.
Yeah, criminals, eh? Criminals to the end.
But no, I don't know how it works in Australia. But if you have the right to not say anything until you have a lawyer, then push that. I mean, if they arrest you, go with them like you did, sure. But you don't have to explain anything to them. You could just hand them your CD if you really wanted to.
If I can find it, yeah. I mean, as I said, I thought like whatever happened, I was like, innocent. No, you're okay, man.
When was the last time?
I'm innocent.
When was the last time these people tried to like screw you over?
A year ago or 2 years ago when I started streaming, because I forgot that as a kid we kind of like all like added each other on YouTube kind of stuff.
So you streamed on YouTube?
I used to, and after I like the first time coming out of it, started streaming, they were on my like chat just talking.
Yeah.
Talking about jumping me, actually, yeah.
I know this is kind of getting off topic. Do you want to keep streaming?
I do. I stream, but as a different username now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that was gonna be my next question.
I'm still not up there. I mean, at the moment,
but I mean, like, who cares? Who cares, really?
Yeah.
I know. I say like I told you like, oh, I have a podcast, and I talk to people. But you said your name is John? Josh. Yeah. Josh, this is my first episode. Like, I'm recording my first episode right now. So it hasn't even started. Cool, but it's the cool thing.
The first down episode.
Oh, I don't get it. This is the great thing about my podcast is it's about just people's perspective on life. It's about anything people want to chat about, and it's people. Yeah. It's gonna start with people in VR chat, but I'd like to eventually move it to in-person things. But no, I am all for these kinds of conversations. It's amazing. It's really it's cool to hear, that people are just going through things, and I like hearing about this stuff. So no, thank you. If anything, thank you for sharing. Thank you for being willing to share this kind of stuff.
No, as I said, I've got like more like things like about me. It's just interesting. Is the only interesting thing I would say is, and it's gonna be like cringe, but I've got a big heart. I love everyone. That's only,
you want the best for people.
I mean, like, yeah, like.
But at the same time, what I'm gonna say is gonna be some cringe hippie shit. But you should also strive for the best. This is gonna sound like Sigma male type shit, but you should have the best interest for yourself too. You should try to love yourself a little bit too. And I mean, Josh, it already kind of seems like you're going down that path, where you're accepting, that these people don't obviously define your actual being. You know, you're
Yeah.
free. You're free to socialize. You're free to try to trust people. It's just a matter of how you go about that. I don't know if that makes sense.
To be no, that makes sense. But like, to be honest, if you were to ask me to do a podcast like 2-3 years ago, I would have said no. But I gotta give
Yeah,
it
that's totally
I gotta
fine.
give it up to my mum to because she was like, when I started streaming, she was like, you know what you should do? I was like, oh, what is it, mum? And she's like, you should be honest to your viewers. I was like, I'm pretty sure by me not scamming them, I'm being honest. And she was like, yeah, but like you should tell your side of the story. Like you should, because then people will watch, and then people will be like, I know what he's feeling. Like I know what he's going through. Like,
part of that
I'm
is
going through
true.
the same thing.
Part of that is true. You know, like if you still make content and you're doing your own thing on a separate channel,
Yeah.
and somehow these things stir back up, then you have all the right in the world to defend yourself and to voice your thing. And it sucks
I mean,
because
hopefully-
part of
hopefully
it
these
sucks
people-
because like people on the internet are gonna absorb the information they absorb, and because that's what they absorb, that's what they think is right. And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I mean, none of it really matters. Like, because nothing
Yeah.
really happened. So it'll fade. But I don't know. I mean, it seems, your situation seems so, like, small. It seems small enough. I mean, being accused of raping someone is not a small thing, but I mean, like, the group of people is so small that it seems like it wouldn't stem into something bigger. But I feel like as I say that, I kind of am contradicting myself, because I feel like all it takes is one person to
It does.
fuel a
It
flame.
takes, yeah, so like as you were saying this, like I'm hoping that what they're doing and they're living their life and they have nothing to do with me, like that's cool. Like, you know, I'm not gonna hate them. I'm not gonna hate my friends for ditching me, right?
Yeah.
I can't.
I have friends that have
'Cause,
ditched
like,
me too,
I would
and it
understand.
sucks. You know, for sure.
Yeah.
That shit kind of sucks.
So,
but
but like, I don't blame them. I just wish that they like live their lives and that like, you know, because I mean we're all adults now, right? Bit of disinformation shouldn't be like school like rumor anymore.
yeah, and it's but the thing I'm so curious about your whole story is like who do you think really was the person that stemmed all this? Because if the person you're being accused of raping texted you and was like, hey, like, stop telling people we had sex when we didn't, then it sounds like she also wasn't the person that started it all. Unless she means that we didn't have sex, you raped me. Unless she means that.
No. She no, because then she would have said that, right?
I guess.
But she didn't say that. She just said, "Stop telling people we had sex. We didn't."
Yeah,
And
but
then when I said, "I'm not telling people,"
doesn't that mean, couldn't that also mean that we didn't have sex because I quote unquote I didn't consent
Well, I would say
and it
yes,
wasn't
but
sex.
what texted next is that when I texted her saying I'm not telling people that we had sex, I'm telling people that we slept in the same bed. She was like, "Okay, we'll stop mentioning it." I was
Yeah,
like,
and
"Okay."
that part's justifiable, for sure.
So, I mean, if she like meant it like that, it's still like I didn't do anything to her.
Yeah, for
Besides
sure.
being,
You are still
But-
safe in this whole thing.
I mean, yeah, well, because in my mind, I was just sleeping next to a girl, right?
Yeah,
Like, that's basically it. Like,
you had to share a bed with a friend of yours.
yeah, and I was only there because my ride left, and because they invited a person that they didn't want there. So I already thought that I was doing like a nice thing by being, like, you know, by like telling this guy like hey, you know, we're gonna go to bed. You should probably go back now, right?
So when you say he go back, he like left. He didn't sleep there with you guys.
No, did he sleep there or did he leave? Pretty sure he left. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he left. Cause
Gotcha.
I ain't gonna lie. The reason why this guy had
Was
to
it
leave
raining?
is because he had this.
Sorry, keep going. It suddenly,
skin
all of a sudden,
condition.
started raining and my windows are open.
Yeah. But he had this
Alright, that's
skin skin condition where it looked like his skin was peeling.
Like, yeah, the correct word, like eczema or whatever it's called.
I think so. He had to like put on lotion on his skin. He looked a bit like red, like he looked like he was burnt.
Sounds like a sunburn.
So yeah, but like I think the girl that invited him, I think she was doing it to be nice, but I know full well that the other girls were just trying to get rid of him.
Gotcha.
Because they didn't like the way he looked.
Yeah, that's a awkward situation to be in, trying to excuse someone because they're not really vibing. It's tough.
This is how so antisocial I was. I brought my PS4 to the party. Like,
Mhm.
I brought a whole console to a party because I was like, I'm gonna be.
All right, this is the most important
console.
information. This is the most important question I have for you, Josh. What game were you playing on the PS4?
It would have been Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
Love it. Good game.
Cause I remember Zombies was getting really good. I think it was
Yep.
like towards
Yep. Black Ops 3 Zombies was
Kobe
fucking
and Revelation.
awesome.
Yeah.
And what's funny is I've never played it. I just know it was a really fucking good zombies game.
Favorite map was Zetsuma no Shima.
I have no idea what that is, but it sounds awesome.
It had kind of like zombie spiders.
I remember Express. From,
Yeah.
I think that was just a regular
Ops 2.
Black Ops 2 map.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking of Transit. Is that one?
Yeah.
The one with the bus? The one with the bus.
Yeah, that's Transit. Yeah.
That was my favorite map. Love it. I love that map. But yeah, well,
but yeah.
sorry. Just to steer back into the topic. Do you
No,
think?
if you have any questions, I'll be
Do
happy
you think
to...
you are on like a better path now? Do you think you have a better understanding of how you're going to go about things now than you did 5 years ago till now?
Yes, but I feel like I'm in an unfair path because what happened got me to stop going to school. What happened got me to, stop going out. What happened to me has like affected my love life in a way.
Yeah. I mean, you have to build back up those trust issues, and that takes time.
Yeah.
That takes, especially with the severity of it. The bigger the severity, the more time it takes. But I think you definitely seem like you have a pretty good consensus on everything that happened. It's just a matter of like, how do I gain the balance back?
Yeah.
That shit's tough.
And,
Have you talked to a therapist about it?
that and many other things. Because I don't know if you want to hear it, but before that, I was molested by one of my cousins.
Oh man, that's a whole other story. Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
And then like my dad kind of like give me Stockholm syndrome. Kind of like it was very manipulating
Yeah.
in a way. So I had like father problems. I had another father who you know, kind of was really strict on me to the point where a joke got you a slap in the ass and bleeding out of your nose.
Yeah. Do you still live with these people, or are you off on your own?
Right now, because of the disability that I've got, I live with my mum, and I'm still close to my dad, but mine and his relationship is more of a I'm now the bread winner and he's not. And my stepdad, me and him are cool, but instead of the way I was treated before, I just get I'm disappointed in you if I did anything wrong.
Which is much better than a abusive slap and then bloodshed. It still sucks.
Yeah.
It still sucks. 100%. But at least that's a healthier alternative.
Yeah.
That's a healthy way to be upset with someone.
I think.
Are you on good terms with your mom?
My mom is an amazing person. I love her. She's hardworking. My mom gets me. She also has a massive heart. So I'm glad I got my love from my mom.
I'm grateful for that too. My mom is. I like to say my mom is a live, laugh, love mom.
Yeah.
That's what my mom is. I totally get that. Well, that's really good. So you live with your mom. Well, there's a couple ways I feel like you could go about this. The first thing is, like, if you know someone who you really trust and you could get your own living space with, you know, I would do that. But before that,
yeah,
I would, if you have newer friends or siblings that have good friends that you're around, you know, however you can, like, get out and just make new friends and be around people that you can build these like trustworthy bonds, you know, and explain your, at some point, I mean, depending on the person, like, explain your story, you know, and tell them what you've gone through so that they, you know, and kind of gain their perspective on it.
Yeah.
I highly doubt that people who are in their 20s, mid-20s, are gonna try to fucking sabotage you by telling people that you raped them. You know, it seems that seems like an early, late high school, early college thing to do to people. And
it's actually funny that you said that.
Why is that?
Because at the moment, right, I'm not accused of that, but what I'm accused of is by my ex is like being like toxic, sexist, and, you know, all that.
Is this the same ex?
Oh no, this is a different one, but I hate to say it, but she's American.
No offense taken at all.
Yeah.
Trust me, I mean, I just went through a relationship as well, you know, as during this, and it was, I'm not gonna say it wasn't, I'm not gonna say that it was or wasn't far off from what you've described, but in its own situation, it you know, things happened, but I mean, when it comes down to stuff like that, it's just all right, things didn't work out, and then you move on, you know. but
was
it's
a really
nothing.
tit for tat
It's
kind of
nothing. It is nothing compared to something that could be a legal dispute. You know. So
Yeah.
if things happen like that, it's so easy for those past like memories to kind of come out. You know, like almost like I want to say a trauma response to those things, because like you get treated a certain way and you get accused of certain things, and they're not as intense as what happened like 5 years ago. You know, like they're not comparable, but they still hurt you and they still get to you. And I'm not even just saying you, but like you as in anyone, you respond to them in a way that you responded to things in the past.
Yeah.
I probably sound like a crazy person, but
No, you sound normal.
yeah, that's how I feel about those things, you know, because I've been through. Whoops! I've been through the thick and thin of it. I'll even admit that I cheated on someone. You know, and when somebody breaks up with me and they get really shitty with me, I think like it's easy for me to kind of not necessarily unlock those feelings, but like it's easy for
Like an
past.
escape,
It's
kinda.
easy for past
Yeah.
responses to come out, and then I isolate myself from people, you know, and stuff like that. It's easy. I don't want to. I'm trying to avoid the word trauma response. To get a trauma response from stuff is pretty normal to happen from these kind of circumstances. So it's important to acknowledge those kinds of things as you go through different relationships, because things just don't work out. They get rough. And then you move on. You know.
My plans for the future though is
Yes, please. Plans. What are your plans? What do you want to do?
I want to be in a relationship with someone that's healthy and someone like who's understanding, right? So I want to get with someone. Me and my friends online, we move into a house together. And get my streaming going.
Can I give you advice about your friends? Like my perspective on it. I've had friends that I've met online, and they're awesome. It's awesome hanging out with them. I would do a sort of trial where you have these friends over that you all want to get a place with for like a week. You know, week and a half. Do that like 2 or 3 times where they come over for a week and a half. You go about your day how you normally would, maybe plan some events on the side. Treat it like a trial run. You know,
Could I ask, did you have bad experience?
I don't necessarily have bad experiences with moving. Like I've only had 2 roommates, right? I've had my brother and my roommate now, and I just know, just from meeting people, meeting friends, being in relationships with people, and having them in my life, where it's like, all right, I might be able to have this person, be a roommate. More specifically, relationships where like that I invite them over and I go through my life and they just kind of hang out. I treat it almost like a trial run, and things don't work out. Not necessarily while they're here, but like things don't work out in the relationship from other experiences. So I think it's important to go. I think it's important to have like 2 or 3 times have your friends be part of your cycle, and in your physical space, before you guys decide, like, do we want to live together? Because living together and being in a voice chat every night is a whole lot different.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to say these things to like deter you from living with these people. But I think it's at the end of the day, it's as long as like if you guys can be chill with like pointing things out that you guys would like to do better in a living situation when it pops up. Like how chill can you guys be with each other as you live together and sort things out? Those are the things I think about, when I invite someone into my own living space that I'm gonna be around, in my day-to-day life. But
that's fair.
But yeah, that I mean, dude, you are a grown man. You can do whatever you'd like. This is just how I think about these things. But if you guys are pretty on board with getting together and like getting your own place together, fuck yeah, that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
It's just as long as you guys can execute it well, and you guys can talk through things if things come up, and it doesn't become a big deal, Or if it becomes a big deal, you guys can work through it, and you guys are cool at the end of it all.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm
Do you have any more questions?
Not particularly. No, I appreciate you. I appreciate you sharing your story, Josh. I think it's really cool. It seems like you got.
I appreciate you hearing it.
It seems like you you have a pretty good situation that you've dealt with, and you're getting through it, and that's good. That's good. I feel like that made no sense at all what I just said. I'm happy that you're out of the thick of it, and like you're kind of starting to think about what's next, because that's really good.
Yeah.
Can I ask? I have one more question actually. If it's all right, what do you don't have to say like your company or anything, but like what do you do for work?
Streaming. I'm
Just
on
streaming?
disability, so
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Gotcha.
I am gonna start doing courses on photography, because my
nice, yeah.
my real dream and passion is to grab like toys and then put them, because I'm a fan of Jurassic Park, right? I've been a long time fan for a while, so
Okay.
my goal is to be a photographer and go into like nature and put these statues or sculptures or like figurines and make it look real,
And when the first thing that comes to mind as you say that is I think about the people who take Legos and put them in like environments, like Star Wars Legos and stuff, and they put them in environments where they look real. I think that I think that stuff's pretty cool. That'd be cool if you did that with like Minecraft Legos and stuff. That'd be good.
Yeah.
I feel like that's untouched. Or even Jurassic Park. Yeah. It's always Star Wars I see, and I'd love. It'd be cool if I saw some Instagram reel or something that got really trending because it was like Minecraft instead, or Jurassic Park, or something like that. That'd be pretty neat.
I was gonna say my favorite one has to be, I don't know if you saw it, but it's the stormtroopers on like this grey rocky like field, and there's like an explosion in the background that's going off.
Oh yeah, I can picture it in my head. I've seen ones where they're like in a like a snowy like tundra kind of a deal, and their ship's wrecked. And it's on fire and that kind of stuff. I really like photography. Ones are the good ones. I've done a lot of photography throughout my life. Lately, not so much, but it's pretty cool. I like it a lot. Pursue it, dude. Fucking go out tomorrow and just go take pictures. It doesn't even have to be like figurines and stuff. Go you see something off, a nice trail where it leads off, that kind of thing. If you find this vision, if you see something where you're like, that's a good picture, take it. Go for a walk, and take pictures. You should do that. That's what I think.
So what's next for you?
I'm just gonna keep being a robot and talk to people online. I mean, I have a pretty good job where I work with plants. I'm like a gardener, so to speak.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I have a good career lined up for me. And I will interview people on the side and make a podcast on the side, and that's for my own benefit. So
Where would your podcast be, if you don't mind me asking?
it will be on YouTube starting off, at least for now. I'd love to get it on Spotify and like all those kinds of things, but for now it's just going to be on YouTube. I don't know if you can see it, but it'll be Jake Phobia Guy is where you'll find it on YouTube. So, and if anything, I'll come by. I'll come see you and let you know that the podcast is up, since you're you're part of the first episode, I guess you could say.
No, I'm honored to like be the first, and I really appreciate taking your time.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a couple segments of people per podcast, but you will be included in the first, absolutely.
No,
Yeah.
thanks, man.
Do you have anything you'd like to say before we depart?
I'm thinking of like something like really cringe. And be
Who
like-
cares?
be
Who
like-
cares?
I think if I wanted to, the last thing I want to say is that everyone should remember that we're just humans, and we make mistakes, and we learn from them. And that like no human is truly like evil, nor is he truly good.
Everyone is capable of great good and great evil.
Yeah. Because I think with these days of age, people forget the lines of evil and good, right? Because you'll see some like people that will say the most ridiculous stuff, and you'll be like, they're evil, but in deep down, they're probably good people. They
For
have
sure.
opinions,
I like that. I like that a lot.
But yeah, I'm gonna go and eat my sandwich. So it was lovely meeting you,
Good
and
idea.
I'll talk to you later.
Absolutely, Josh. Yeah, you have a good night, man. Thank you for stopping
You
by.
too.
See you, man.
Thank you again.
Wow. It's crazy. Life is pretty crazy. Who hasn't fucking said that? Life is pretty crazy. If you like what you saw, if you like what you listened to, consider subscribing to Jake Phobia Guy on YouTube, which is where this is right now. I also have an Instagram right now, Jake Phobia. And then I will have a Twitch and TikTok coming soon. Both of those right now, as of April 21st, 2025. My tags on Twitch and Instagram is practically a podcast. Which I hope to change to Jake Phobia or Jake Phobia Guy, whatever works. So I'll figure that out in the next episode, in coming episodes. But for right now, Twitch and TikTok is practically a podcast. But yeah, I really do hope you guys enjoyed. I really I do like talking to people, and I want to document more of my conversations with people, because people have interesting things to say. They really do. And it's worth being put out there, because people go through life and you never know who this might reach, where they hear someone talk about something and they're like, holy fuck, I never thought about that. So and I've been in those situations, which is why I want to do this myself. So if you like what you heard, consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next episode. This is practically a podcast. Alright, thank you guys. You thought I was about to leave. But here's something funny, is like, this is me right after recording the intro. Like, even the intro, I had already done everything. I had already been through all my conversations, and I will do it again after the next conversations I have. Okay, bye.